Hi, this is Alcam. Welcome back to my channel. Well, you may have noticed that I did a video earlier about the situation with the Long Island Railroad of an employee and a drug test that came back positive for marijuana, and there's questions about it. Now, we're not questioning the laboratory here, so this is not about them. This is about this union and management of the Long Island Railroad. Now, Long Island Railroad said, well, if you do threaten no work stoppage just for this individual, well, we're going to take every legal action we can against you. Well, here's the facts. The state of New York, with the rest of the Blue Nation, had locked down the economy since March of 2020, causing billions of dollars of losses. Businesses go up and under, loss of education time, loss of productivity, loss of everything. And people have now been Zooming for work, Zooming for schools, even FaceTime for medical. Seeing your doctor, you can just like the phone. You know, we're doing right now. Yet, Long Island was saying, oh, this is going to have a great impact if they have a work stoppage. A few days, maybe a week, 2 at the most. It's going to have a huge impact. No. This is, you should be taking what they're saying with a grain of salt. The employees are not threatening a job action because they feel like it. This is not like the teachers union. This is not like the other situations. Long Island Railroad and MTA has been bad neighbors for Long Island neighbors for quite some time. So you gotta recall, it was the MTA that refused to release information about the overtime of the Long Island Railroad employees to a think tank a while back in violation of the federal law. I think it was the Freedom of Information Act. They had to go to court to get the information, and if they didn't go to court, several people that are now in jail for overtime fraud would still be working for Long Island Railroad, retired with a huge pension they weren't entitled to. This union is not protecting those individuals, nor the people that were ripping off Long Island Railroad for years and years on medical abuse, or anyone from January 6th. This is a person that they have trying to save his job, that somehow Long Island Railroad just doesn't want to budge. He's out of work since December, since his drug test became positive. The question is, why was he tested in the first place if he's not in a job-sensitive title? But that's Long Island Railroad for you. Also, if there was a work stoppage, your employer could easily have you work from home through Zoom. Your kids could go to school through Zoom. Your medical appointments and everything else through Zoom. You can do your shopping online, food ordering online, everything online. You have the Lyfts, you have the Ubers. You could get around this with no problem. So they're saying that this is going to have a great impact. The virus had a greater impact than any work stoppage would be. Besides, these laws are now obsolete because it can prove that you can have a major winter storm and you still could be able to do things. I say that if there's going to be any type of work stoppage, the public should step in and tell management, if you try to do this, we're not going to only not support you, we're going to cut your funds so you can't get lawyers to go after the employees. We're going to threaten to rent you from getting your peak hours fares restored and everything else. And remember, New York State has been a bad neighbor for Long Island. You not only just with the Long Island Railroad, but you remember that you had Long Island Bus, which became a private company because, unfortunately, because they listened to New York City, they took over 7 private bus lines that they should not have. And this is why you have financial problems in this agency, long before there was a pandemic. And that financial problem is what led to Long Island Bus being a private company now. So, basically, you should tell the Long Island Railroad to shut up, negotiate, and let that man get back to his work. We're not saying, violate federal law when it comes to drug testing, but if there's a question why he was being tested in the first place, then, something's up with the management. Now, like I said, we're not accusing the drug testing companies of anything, because this is not about them. This is between the management and that union. And management has a history of doing bad things when it comes to the umbrella of the MTA. So that's what you should be doing. To remind them, hey, we can get around this with no problem. Do not support the Long Island Railroad management. If there's no support for them, they will come to the table and fix that situation so that employee can get back to work. And if he stays out any longer, the full 6-month suspension, he's going to go bankrupt. Because there's no way he can pay his bills. I hope that he's not in danger of foreclosure. So, this is how I can say so long for now, and don't forget to stop. And a reminder, I worked for New York City Transit for 33 years, and unfortunately, I've been served with papers from New York City Transit and the City of New York for tail law violations, and I was going to get a 4th one until 212-9s knocked it out, the ballpark. So, take care.